Hey tankers! Today we are looking at the Soviet Tier 9 Heavy in the IS-4 line. This is the STI. I am platooning here on mines with Blind Sniper. We are moving up toward the cap circle to support the medium tanks that are rushing the hill. The STI is a true heavy. It's big, it's ponderous, it has very good armor. The upgraded turret looks kind of like this big, ridiculous tumor thing, but it's very strong, especially from the front. As you can see, as I move up, I am firing in on this IS-8. You can see that the gun has pretty good handling characteristics. It's accurate. It aims pretty quickly for a heavy gun. It fires reasonably well while the tank is moving. The tank doesn't move super fast, but while it's moving, you can take snapshots, and it works pretty well. This is the same gun actually as on the IS-8, and it will be the same gun as on the IS-4. You'll have a little bit better characteristics on the IS-4, but the basic gun is the same. I have moved up past the cap circle, and then as you can see, we have spotted some flankers. There's a strong flanking maneuver coming around the center hill. I'm backing up. This is not a fast tank, but it backs up not too much more slowly than it goes forward, so I can easily move backward. And as you can see, the terrain here is angled in such a way that I can take advantage, show only my turret. Here I'm putting a shot into just that sliver of available target on that ISU, and I'm able to get it in. Again, this is a pretty accurate gun. I can't get through the front of the turret of the STI here with regular ammunition, but I can get into the turret cheek there with a heat round, which is what I just did. Moving the tank a bit. I have switched to HE. He's low health. I'm trying to get enough damage to kill him. HE was probably not a good choice here. He has strong frontal armor, and so the HE shell not penetrating isn't going to do a whole lot. I believe I'm going to put another HE shell into him. Here's an ISU. I'm out in the open. Put a shot into him. Start moving up toward this rock to try to side scrape before he has a chance to aim in on me and maybe hit my weak lower front plate. And I put another HE shell into this guy. Don't do a whole lot of damage. Me and Blind Sniper are moving up here. He's with his T-30. He has excellent penetration, massive damage. So looks like we've cleared this flanking maneuver. As it turns out, there'll be another tank moving around, but I don't see that here. I start moving back up toward the cap. But we spot a flanker. Blind Sniper starts moving that way. I start turning in that direction. Once again, this is not a fast tank. See how slowly it traverses. Now we spot T-29. I'd seen it up on the lighthouse earlier. He has come all the way around, and I'm going to come down to deal with him. Get a shot in on his hull. I am making sure I give him no shots other than on my turret, which he really cannot penetrate. He's bounced a couple of shots off my turret, and I move in for the kill. He's dead. Now Blind Sniper is asking for help, which I can provide. I'm going to turn. Put a shot into this KV-4, finishing him off. There's only one remaining enemy. And he's dead. So that was a good game. Blind Sniper did massive damage. I did pretty good damage. We overall dominated this battle, and that's what you can do with a good teamwork here. Okay, now I am platooning with Holy Avenger on Winter Malinovka. He is in his T95 American Tier 9 TD, incredibly strong gun, same as on the T30. Very slow, very strong armor. One of the things you want to do if you're platooning with a T95 is to protect that tank. Even if you're not platooning with a T95, if you have one on your side, it can be absolutely dominant or incredibly vulnerable depending on its ability to work with the team, so you want to help that tank. We did not take the windmill, but we are contesting it from range, so I've moved up to put fire in on these tanks which are playing around. I remember not thinking I had gotten that shot in, and then happily hearing that it did go in and I had taken out that Centurion. I'm using the tanks, the good gun depression and this terrain to try to make myself as minimally vulnerable as possible. It is now time to move up, as we have done some damage to tanks here. Got an M103, which has a strong turret, but with my pretty good gun handling characteristics and penetration, I'm able to do some damage to it. Holy Avenger's moving up as well, and I'm supporting him and looking to make sure that nobody's able to flank him or circle him. And if I can make sure that that doesn't happen, he can do a whole lot of business with that giant gun. Get some flanking shots in, and I decide to move down. So I'm coming after this E75, which is potentially a major threat. He gets a shot in on me, and I go into his lower plate, and before he can reload, I want to go in and face hug him, because again, I have a very strong turret front. He's got a strong gun, but he's going to have trouble penetrating it. And he's been taken out. Looking to go after that sniper, don't quite aim in fast enough. And we have a number of tanks coming in to try to flank us. Make sure Holy doesn't get circled by them, but he is an excellent player and he is responding to that flank. Okay, and I'm looking to once again use my good gun depression, protect my hull, bounce shots off of my turret to the greatest degree that I can. If you've ever had the frustration of firing at an STI at the front of the turret, if that's the only shot you get, you know how tough that can be. Get a shot in on this T20, and I don't know what the heck he is doing. He is sitting there in cap, thinking that he is somehow going to win the game by sitting out in the open, and he just lets us blow him up. So, never do that. We have one remaining enemy tank. I'm not fast, but I'm going to move in that direction just in case that's a useful thing to do. And he does show up where I can fire at him. I'm also spotting him for the rest of my team. He gets a track shot in on me. And he's dead. Second class victory, excellent damage, quite a good game. Now once again I am platooning with Holy Avenger. We are on Falls Creek. We've decided to move up toward the cap area. Often T95s decide that they can only go to the stone bridge, but that's not necessarily the case. The enemy has gone up to the cap circle, and I'm going to try to use my, again, really good turret armor. Get a shot in on a Centurion 1, trying to give them no shots other than the front of my turret. keeping moving so that they cannot aim in on weak spots. So if I'm not aiming, I'm moving. They are capping, but I'm not too worried about that at this point, as I can keep getting fire in on them. I'm going to take a small risk and move up on the Centurion here, get another shot in on him. So far I've taken no damage. And another shot. He's dead. And I took a penetration as I did that. Now we have IS here. Move up just far enough to put a shot into his lower plate. Penetrating easily, that resets the cap. He's backing up, trying to play a waiting game. Multiple targets out here. I do not want to get circled because, again, I am in a slow tank. It doesn't turn very well. If a medium manages to get behind me, I'm in trouble. I move up far enough to put a shot into the rear of this T-54, and this IS misses me. And it's time to advance. There's no targets. I put a shot into a Jagdtiger, and he bounces, I believe, off the front of my turret. Looking to side scrape. The Jagdtiger's a dangerous enemy. Got a friendly tank in the way who commits suicide. Thank you for sacrificing yourself. And we're moving further up. The Jagdtiger's dead. Come up here, there's that T-54 again. He manages to penetrate probably my lower hull. Trying to always play angles, minimize my exposure. Don't quite get a shot in on that. Tried a heat round, that didn't work. Holy Avenger comes up with his giant 155mm gun. He's not going to have any trouble with that penetration. Now we're dominating the cap circle, but we decide to, or at least I decide to move up to fight it out with the tanks that had gone bridge. And somebody's coming up through the river here. Up, and he's taken out. Now we get a little gift. This is an enemy E50. He is beset by a couple of opponents, and he's doing a pretty good job of not getting shot by them and firing at them, but he's giving me my his rear. And so I can just sit here and fire right into the rear of his tank easily, as quickly as I can reload. And he has allowed me to take all of his hit points. So that turned a good game into an excellent game for me. First class medal, lots of damage, excellent win for us. So I hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe.